Right, so as you've said, we started 30 years ago, not far from here in Rosettenville, which was the first of our casas. Two friends with a dream. They used to meet at that restaurant before they bought it and solve the problems of the world. Robbie and Fernando, obviously. And they eventually decided this was the best chicken they'd ever tasted, and they wanted to own it, and they wanted to do more with it. And started from there. The brand obviously resonated with customers, and built it into what it is today, which is an amazing icon of South African ingenuity and goodness and all that sort of thing. The building here originally was the factory where we used to produce our sauces many years ago, and between Robbie Brosen and Robbie Enthoven, they really felt like this was firstly an amazing heritage to honor, which is why we have remained here, but also to be true to the contribution of this community to the success of Nando's. And I think it is actually one of the reasons why we are as successful as we are, is because we honor our heritage, we're true to our communities, and we don't follow trends necessarily because the rest of the world is doing that. We zig when the rest of the world zags, and I think because we're here, it does keep us very deeply in tune with our communities. You know, we're not driving into Sandton or Bryanston or any of those places. We're driving into the heart of the real South Africa, and that's why we love it here. The single biggest thing is authenticity. The brand is a very deep brand, and it has depth based on genuine belief. And I think that always helps us. It always helps us remain connected very deeply with our customers, and it helps us remain very deeply connected with our Nandockers, who are what we call our employees, and our communities. So that for me would be number one, number two, and number three. If I had to try and find another couple for you, I would say that it's a brand that always evolves. So because of the connection that we have with our customers and with our Nandockers, we are typically ahead of the curve when it comes to pivoting. So we are very often ahead of trends when it comes to understanding consumer engagement, understanding community engagement, and understanding what the evolution of the brand needs to look like. And I think the third thing that probably helps us a lot is this concept of family. We are a family. We are a family with our Nandockers, we are a family with our business partners, and we are a family with our communities. And that family concept keeps us very true to who we are. It keeps us very honest to who we are. And I think it helps us excel, and has helped us over the years. You know, it comes from what I said earlier on. It's about the engagement and the connection that we have with our communities, with our customers, and with our Nandockers. So we very often will respond to something, and it's critical to understand that very seldom is the social commentary driven from ourselves. It very often comes from a groundswell of suggestions from our customers, from our employees, to say, here's this thing going on in the country right now, and we feel like you should say something about it, you should engage with it, you should bring it to the fore, because one of the basic tenets of the brand is giving a voice to people who sometimes don't feel like they have a voice. Again, I think it keeps us honest and true to what we do. So I think the success of the various social commentary communications in the past has been that it has come from a very real place. It's come from a desire of passionate, committed South Africans to speak about an issue that they are either loving or not loving, or feel like there's a different view that needs to be expressed. And we tap into that, and I think that's why it resonates. Well, you know, I think within Nando's there's not only an acknowledgement, but there's also a very firmly held belief that the best businesses are creative businesses. And over many years, we have always been close to the creative communities in various guises. So our brand platform was built on the very, very best creative minds in the world at the stage, working on our business, communicating what we wanted to communicate. And that's evolved over time to understanding that as a creative business and as a business that loves engaging with creative people, there is a way that we can do things that are right for our business, but also, and maybe more importantly, there are ways that we can engage with various creative communities that will change their lives, that will help them be successful, and that will showcase their talents to the world. In the case of our art collection, we have 11,000 pieces of original art throughout the world now. We support actively about 320 members of the creative community through that initiative, and some of them have gone on to amazing things. And we like to think that it's in at least a small part because of our partnership with them. So we don't do CSI, ever. We believe that changing people's lives is a core part of who we are. It's a big part of our DNA. And our focus is always on figuring out as a business how we can engage with our customers, communities, and with our country in a way that is the most beneficial to the people that we reach, but also in a way that is true to us. So we don't have a traditional view of CSI. So we live in Lawrenceville, so we will engage with the Lawrenceville community and figure out how we can change lives in the community. So at a very simple level, that means there are quite a number of children's homes here. There are quite a number of old age homes here, and we will reach out to them and we will help them with food, with donations for various of those things. In some cases, it means reaching out to the community and saying, do you need help getting your CV together? Can we help you? And as recently as 3 weeks ago, we had an open day where members of the community came in, told us who they were, what they were interested in doing, and we had a team of people literally sitting here with them, putting their CVs together, putting it in professional format, printing it out for them, giving them a copy and all that sort of thing. And we then had a recruitment day as a follow-up to that, because there were some very talented people that we thought were very interesting for the business. And we hired a couple of them in various of our restaurants doing various things. So we go all the way from that to engaging with various trusts to feed people, particularly children wherever possible. We spoke earlier about the engagement with creative communities. We're very involved in leadership development for our Nandockers. We're also very involved in helping them get the very best out of their salaries, so helping them understand finances better, helping them get better deals for things like medical aid, which we help them with, for financial planning, and it's a broad spectrum of initiatives, but ultimately what drives it is we are trying to change lives in a way that is meaningful and a way that is true to what we are, wherever possible, without just merely handing over a check. We want to be involved, we want to engage, and we want to make a difference. And that's essentially what it is. It's a great question. Do you know, when I had the opportunity to go and work overseas, I left with a lot of excitement, and I came back with even more excitement, because the thing that is unique to this country is that firstly it's home, it's in my blood, and the smell of Africa is real, but also working in other parts of the world is amazing. You meet all sorts of interesting people, but doing it at home, I think there was an SA Tourism commercial at one stage that talked about a world in one place, or a world in one country, and it's true. The diversity that we have in South Africa is unbelievable. The different people that you meet and engage and work with is second to none, and the opportunities that we have here are extraordinary. You know, this is the Rainbow Nation. This is an amazing place, and you simply cannot replicate the essence of what this is anywhere else.
Thank you, Mike. I think that's all of the questions.
Is that it? Brilliant.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Did I say anything wrong?